All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to Break the Record Live featuring Dark Souls Remastered. I am Argik. I'm going to be your host for the next 2 hours. And just in case you are not aware of what this event is, Break the Record Live, as the name suggests, is where we are going to have 7 runners here trying to break that world record live. You can currently see the standings below the screen there. We have Catalyst with a 1:02:48. That is the current time to beat. That is what we're looking for with these 7 runners at the moment. We do have 5 of them currently live. We've got Iron Boy, we've got Mintius, we've got Gentov coming in at the start of their day here. Olsku and Danflesh all currently running. With us as well right now, we have a $5,000 prize pool from our event sponsor, Kaspersky. This is what these runners are all competing for. Beside the times, you can see how much money they are going to be taking home. Catalyst getting the big chunk of 1,500 at the moment. Danflesh getting 1,000, and then going down the rest of the leaderboard as well. Joining me on commentary here, we do have the amazing Speedsouls community casters here. We've got Duck and Red, and that noise means something terrible has just happened for Iron Boy.
Iron Boy just got speared by Artorias, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's not what you want to see.
Fight did not go well at all because I think he ran out of soul speeds actually.
I saw him casting another homing, and then I just saw Artorias just going through him, and yeah, it's unfortunate. That's
yeah, hitting Artorias with soul mass is not the easiest task.
Right, so we've got a lot of early game stuff. I guess we could see a Taurus fight if we look at Mintius.
Indeed, let's have a look and see how well Taurus is going to go here. Get your pine resin on your knife.
This is another one of the early game fights with a lot of hits. So
you just got to hug that leg there and try and dodge the big attacks that are coming down.
Yeah, you kind of just want to circle around. And that's
and Minty is making it look easy. Making it look easy there.
Getting a gold out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Turtles Demon's unironically one of my favorite bosses of this game.
Oh, that's great, because once you kill it, it becomes a normal mob later on in the game. You get to see it. It's like even more of them.
That's not as cool, because the cool thing about the fight is the arena, really.
Yeah, on the edge there.
Yeah, have we seen anyone? I think we saw one like Taurus suicide, did we?
Iron Boy had it earlier.
Yeah.
Then we have 2 actually. Iron Boy had it today as well. Him jumping off. Wasn't on the big screen, so easy. Talking about easy to miss. Danflesh missed the Painting Guardian, and the Painting Guardian didn't miss him.
Oh no! That was my plan. Was like, oh, we're coming up to Dan on Ornstein. Let's see what's happening. No, Painting Guardian said it's time to go back. So it's a fresh start then. Like all our runners now in the starting phase here. We're gonna just see what Dan decides to do. Dan could decide to take a break, or could just have a couple of moments to chill, recompose, and then head off into another run. We'll have to wait and see. This is part of the interesting nature of this challenge, like constantly throwing yourself at the game, trying to get these levels. Oh,
that's the horror for the room, and with you it's not at all.
Yeah.
You throw yourself at the game, and the game apparently throws itself right back at you. There's Mintia's gone back to the start as well, so it's effectively the opening of the day again.
Yeah, for the first time in a while, everyone is at the start. Exactly.
Is back at the start, yeah, and it looks like Dan might be doing some practicing.
Wall break. Yeah. This is the wall break strat. Yeah, so he's actually, you can see him warping. This is Gadget. So he's just landing on here, jumping, and then just doing it again.
Trying to get that muscle memory down.
Shout out to TKGP for making our practice tool for this one.
Yeah, it's incredibly useful.
Indeed. So we've got Gentov up right now. Gentov in the process of starting their first run of the day here. So we're going to keep an eye on Gentov for the moment. Since everybody's at the start, we'll focus on Gentov, and we'll see just how well Gentov's going to do throughout the day here. Like obviously the run right now that you can see the time for Gentov at 1:39:49. That was from the no reset yesterday. Gentov has been practicing, trying to get as many runs going just like everybody else here, but not quite being able to put out one to the very end there. We know, based on the data that we have, potential splits here, that he can get down to that like 113, 112 mark. So it's like we're going to hopefully see a significant drop there, maybe even catching up to Mintius there.
He just got kind of tricked by the skip. When he loaded in, he dropped back off the railing he landed on. So that they do this little jump, which is to land on this sort of ledge, and it's just slightly above. But you can, when you load in, it moves you backwards slightly, and it can just drop you off it again, which is a little frustrating. But that's Dark Souls. Oh,
Dog,
Yeah.
please. Dog. Oh, dear.
quit out to de-aggro everything, but actually everything aggro's really fast in the remaster. Like it all starts moving before you can. So this is always kind of spooky. Yeah,
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that. And immediately.
Oh,
Ooh,
still
my
alive.
God. Oh my God. It's gonna actually pull it off.
The
gonna
slither
make
of
it.
health.
Okay. Not
Yeah,
bad.
Oh, on the corner
general
there.
goal here is just to make it to this door before the dogs get you, and then just open it and then quit. Yeah. Did he actually open the door, or did he
I
just
don't
quit out?
know. We're about to find out.
'Cause sometimes you'll quit out so you can heal and then open the door. We'll see. We'll see what he does. Oh, it's
Oh, I didn't quite get to
yeah.
it.
So he
but,
got the door open,
well.
but the quit out was more important. I think he healed though. Yeah, he definitely healed.
Yeah, back
That's
up
the-
towards
just,
2/3
yeah.
health there.
Not dying to the dogs was more important than opening the door.
Yeah,
It's a
keeping that
nice
run alive.
Nice little safety part of DS1. You can just quit out and reload, and all enemies will be reset to their
Yeah.
initial positions. Something that,
Yeah, they fixed that in DS2, didn't they?
yeah, it's not in DS2 anymore. It's reintroduced in DS3 again. But yeah, in Dark Souls 2,
the
if you
first
quit out and
time-
reload, the enemies will just be
Everything
exactly
is
where they
right
were.
where it was.
Yeah. They
So
even
that- you
keep
switch.
aggro on you.
Yeah. Like the first time you play DS2, if you learn that I can quit out and play DS2 suddenly, and you do it, and then it just does not work.
And the game goes, no, not today. And then suddenly you've been swarmed. You're going, wait a minute. How does this work? And then you realize, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Little,
the only one
magic
that
of turning
works
mirror
like
there.
that. Yeah. They'd figured it out. They said, no, we're not going to let you cheese your way through by just quitting out.
Okay. So on the caster side, we see Ganter for comparing to Sum of Best, I guess. It's 113.
I don't know if that's his sum of best, or because he did have a bit of a slow time on.
Oh, and there's
I
Sum of
believe
Best
that's
segments
his.
on the
I believe
bottom.
that's his personal best. Never
yeah,
mind.
that is his sum of best.
That's a reset.
Both his PB and
Yeah.
Sum of Best. That's interesting.
Yeah, no, that is his sum of best. I don't know.
He might have
what is
cleared his
PB?
goals
Like,
after and kept his PB splits.
his PB is 113 as well. So yeah, maybe he did.
Oh, wow. We are there.
Yeah, we're all at the very beginning again. Hopefully, someone can get something going.
That's what we're looking for. This is just the joys of speedrunning, isn't it? This is
Yeah.
what happens when you start grinding these runs down. A lot of people, they see speedrunning, like they see ESA events, they see other speedrunning events happening. And what you're seeing at that point is the final product. You're seeing the hours of grind, the learning, everything that like it's the end of the package. This is what runners are constantly doing, going through these grinding sessions, trying to get those PBs, basically trying to better themselves to do the best that they can, right?
Yeah, and as we saw at the beginning, a lot of the safety strats, the sort of marathon strats that they did for the no reset run, they're all out the window. So you get the regular start, which is just it's a tough one. A lot of stuff can just go wrong very quickly.
Yeah, I mentioned it earlier. That's like around 8% of resets in the first few splits up to on Simo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The first 18 minutes seems to be the general timeline for it. Like you look at we've got some data here that we can see everybody's splits where they reset. Most of them are in the areas of like the Taurus Demon or Ornstein and Smo, just because that's where a lot of the problems come in from. Like either you get a firebomb sent to your back before you grab the resin, the dogs decide to misbehave, Ornstein dodges your spells again, like loads of little things that we're seeing here. And every runner is getting some variation of that coming through, and you just want to you want to see one of them trying to, well, you want to see all of them trying to get through, really. Like how amazing would it be to have all our racers get through towards like Izalith or something, and it's getting towards the end, and it's like bit of chaos time. It's like that would be really hyped to see.
Yeah, we've had that in races before, which is always nice. There have been some great. Like we had a All Bosses tournament a few years ago, and there were some very tight races. Just don't cast Hidden Body when you've killed the final boss. Is all I can say.
No, what happens if you do that?
No, it was like a sort of, it's like the early celebration kind of thing, This was in a race, and two runners were like neck and neck, and one of them cast Hidden Body and then lost the race by like a second or something.
Oh no!
Yeah, I could see it was pretty good. That was Captain actually casting Hidden Body.
Captain versus Master.
That's got to be one of the worst ways to lose a run or lose a race, even.
Yeah, it was a really good race. I think there's still lots of other some methods.
Oh yeah, I watched it, definitely. Oh, you'll find it. Captain versus Master. Search it, Master's in chat.
Yeah, Master's already saying. It was a little bit of Hidden Body, but also the cleric noise. That was another. There's like the group of clerics you don't see usually in these runs because they do Capra and Gaping after Stray Demon.
Ozku getting caught in the corridor there. The night not quite
not
over.
Look happy about it.
No. The night just not moving away enough, and then that's it. Just I'm blocking your passage.
You shall not pass.
Not this time, unfortunately.
And Oscar really, I guess, thirsty to improve his 104. He still has from fairly early in the first day.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we've seen Osku being on really good paces throughout the day here. He just needs to get that one run to close it out.
A reminder that Oscar is second place on the leaderboard for all bosses, 1 second behind the world record. So that's definitely one of the people to look out for.
Definitely. I mean, the top four right now, obviously, we've got Catalyst, current record holder, Dan, in the process of having some food right now, but will be getting ready to get back in attempts there. Finishing with a fantastic 103.43 yesterday. Absolutely phenomenal time there, pushing him up to second place, knocking Olsku down. This is Olsku trying to get back into that second place, or as you say, breaking that record and getting the top spot. But of course, we've got Nax. Nax hasn't started yet due to time zones. He is in Canada, so big time zone difference there. But Nax, when Nax comes in, expect to see Nax going hard. Nax was on a really, really good pace yesterday evening. Final run of the night, 40 seconds ahead that would have put him into third place there. But a bit of chaos. RNG says, here, have a firestorm. And that is how we ended the night. So when Nax comes in, we're expecting to see a lot of grinding coming out from him.
Come on, Mintius. Ooh.
Have a look at Mintius, yeah. Quit out strat.
See if he gets through on the load in. No.
No. Wait.
No. Oh, please, Mintius, please. No.
The tiniest, that was like 3 different staggers there, holding on with a slither of health, and then just now. Hellkite says it's time to die.
Yeah.
So I think we've got all runners. Yeah, just running around there like, no, let me in. Not too late. Oh, everybody back in the asylum at the moment.
So Yeah, like the first sort of routes when the remaster came out, we didn't have any of the duplication glitches we have now, and it had removed a lot of the glitches we knew from Prepare to Die. So there was no move swap, and there was no easy, let's say, confirmation box dupe, which is like two of the major things that Prepare to Die uses all of the time. And so the start didn't look too different up until you didn't need the merchant snipe, because the route was like a melee start, and you needed the Black Knight halberd. So you still had to run past the Hellkite, but then after that you then had to farm the halberd in from the knight in Darkroot Basin, which has like a roughly 1 in 4 chance of dropping. So it was like you made it past Hellkite, so you'd got past that a bit of RNG, but then only a couple of minutes later you'd have the dice, the gamble, the 1 in 4 to get a halberd, so you could actually get your run going at all. So this is still heavy reset, but maybe not as heavy as it was when it first came out.
Yeah, the RNG is one of those things in a speed run where either you love it or you hate it. And it's you go through. Yeah, I know, right? It's one of those, like, wait a minute.
Like there's the RNG that, like, makes fights slightly different each time and adds interest, and then there's the I need this item to drop or I have to restart my run kind of thing, or
yeah, like
I need to not get this or I have to do Asylum again. It's one adds a bit of flavor, a bit of interest, and the other one's just
downright nasty.
frustrating.
Yeah, no, I get that. I understand that entirely. I'm not a fan of the latter there. Just like either this happens or you reset, and you're like, well, thanks. Like, that's riveting gameplay there is what that is. Like, but at the same time, it's like I like having the skill-based stuff because it shows mastery of the game. Like, the game throws something at you, react to it, control it. But as you said, with the halberd dropping 1 in 4 chance, you don't control that. It does or it doesn't. End of story.
Yeah.
Sadly for the any percent categories, that's still part of their runs. Oh, Gentolf just getting a not quite getting the hilt boost he needed to get across for the lower berg skip. So I think that's going to be another restart, unless he's just practicing it. I'm not sure.
Speaking of Gentorf, he did write in chat and confirm that he deleted his golds because his golds were apparently broken. So he does compare to his PB and at the same time also to his sum of best, because his PB is now his sum of best after deleting his golds.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
We see Danflesh ending his little eating break. He's also back on a grind now again.
Back in through the asylum. Now, the main thing at the moment is going to be which runner is going to make it up through Anor Londo. Who is going to get to Ornstein? And then will Ornstein be... Will Ornstein be... I don't know.
Kind.
Well, kind. I mean, that I didn't want to say kind because the answer's been no. Like, he's not been kind at all today. He's been... They've been decimating runners left, right, and center this time. Like, I lost count at about like 7-0 to the bosses. It's like, right, okay, yeah, this is fine.
Yeah, it's just it's kind of the nature of the run is that the early game is really tough. Then it gets better in the sort of mid game section, and you get some sort of slightly more comfortable, slightly easier fights. You got Butterfly to deal with, Seath. The segment is more of a thing than the boss.
Yeah, like it's one of those things. It's like you get those easier bosses because of how you've routed it and how the mage build is working. And then once you finally get through that, it's like it's DLC time. You're like, right, okay, here's round 2. But then after the DLC, like it seems that difficulty spike begins to lower again. The further you get in.
Definitely.
And it's like
Yeah,
it's nicer with some like it's less. It's not that it's less skillful. It's just that there's less that can potentially go wrong on you.
it's less the bosses and more sort of all the other stuff. It's like the bosses aren't generally gonna like, kill you, other than maybe Bed of Chaos. But you can just, you won't get. Maybe you don't get one king. Maybe you spend 30 seconds trying to get the jump before gaping. It's all like little stuff like that can just lose you time.
Like Manus doing rain attack or things like that. Just small time losses that ideally you don't want to see, but nothing that can end the run. Much like Ornstein dashed to me, speared me, and that's it. Or Hellkite here. I'm not going to say what's going to happen to Hellkite because I'm not getting in trouble for this one.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way.
Smart.
Oh, but he just got the little stagger, which is an interesting.
Got the damageless stagger. Nice.
Yeah, I've seen that a few times now. I don't know if that's just being slightly closer and like the stagger range is wider than the damage range or something. I don't know.
Well, that would make the
Because
most sense to me.
you can pick up the soul without taking any stagger damage. So that's the item that they're getting there. You pick up sort of 3 souls to dupe on your way in this route. And that's the first one. That's like an 800 soul. It's the smallest one, but it's like one of the largest ones that you can get before you go on the elevator to go to Valley of Drakes in the next segment.
Yeah, so for those that may have just joined us, what is soul duping here? Like, what did they need to do this?
Well, first off, they need a regular soul, not a boss soul in this game. And the
That cut out? Oh, you go back.
Yeah, I cut out for a second. When you go to use one from the menu, you get a prompt which asks you how many do you want to use. And this prompt can be it's a standard quantity prompt, and it turns out there's a value that the game stores, which is like how large, what was the maximum value of your last quantity prompt. Oh dear, this fight.
It's not going well. Yeah.
Let's just focus on this fight for a bit, and then I'll resume.
Yeah. So coming into Gargoyles here, he missed the firebomb. Or no, I don't think he did because the tail's cut there.
Yeah, our most important thing will be to kill the one guy. Also, one enemy
Gosh,
left.
stop hopping back. Okay, we should be all right now. But yeah, he's gonna lose a lot of time. I don't know if he's gonna like just carry on with this or if he's gonna.
Single gargoyle is not really a threat. It's just both of them together.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a big chunk of time lost there.
Yeah, that's a huge time loss at the beginning. I mean, he could continue, but it's always frustrating when you start if you get something like that. Because it's like my run is half a minute worse than
what you've done.
It could be. Anyway, so he's actually coming up on the first of the dupes we were talking about. So you're going to see he opens this. It looks like he just opens one menu, but actually that's one menu on top of the other. And the reason for doing this double menu is because you want to open a confirmation prompt at the same time as you open the quantity menu. And for whatever reason, when you do this, the opening of the confirmation prompt prevents the value from changing in memory to what the maximum should be, and it allows you to just get whatever your previously stored maximum value was in the quantity prompt, and so you can use an item that you have one of 99 times or 999 times, depending on the value that is stored. And that's based on, like, if you quit out, the value is 0, which wraps around to 99 conveniently. And if you drop, like, arrows, that will set it to 999 if you have 999 arrows, or it'll set it to whatever value of however many arrows you have. And also, if you buy items, like just generally buying items and merchants changes this value in different ways. You'll see like the next dupe. They actually buy a catalyst and then open the menu as if they're going to buy another one, and that actually resets it to 0 for whatever reason. Yeah, so they don't have to quit out after they go to Griggs in order to get that stored again, which is nice.
Yeah, and then that obviously has the result of you're using 99 of these souls, gives you a lot of souls, and you buy all your spells, you do your level ups, and you continue on with the run. Takes away a lot of grinding from the run here.
Yeah, before this dupe, it wasn't quite so much fun. The ONS fight was definitely less fun. I think Catalyst can confirm that one. He did the early version of this route. Yes, you saw that he opened the menu like he was going to buy another catalyst, and that's just to reset this quantity. Yeah, so in remaster, the addition of this prompt means you can use the quantity stored in this way. Whereas in Prepare to Die, you don't have this usage prompt. If you try to use a soul from your menu, you just use one, and that's it. So, but there are other ways of making use of the quantity. Using Framt and some of the animation storage of confirmation box prompts.
It's complicated. Like they make it look easy, but it's actually really, really complicated when you try and get down to explain it. But I appreciate you explaining that for everybody. It's interesting to just see it all in action coming together here, especially with Death Cam. Here comes Death Cam. There we go. Top down. Yeah. It's now an RTS where we're controlling. It's like running away, right? Point and click. Away we go.
Yeah. So this is actually kind of a race against the Hollow. Because if you sort of bump into something or get stuck and you just punch the Hollow, he's still alive and he will try to follow you. If you're not quick, so if you're not quick enough with Cast the Curse, you can't use the bonfire.
And of course, you can't save and quit out here because if you save and quit, you lose the camera.
I guess it was my turn.
Yeah, thanks for that. There we go.
Yeah,
thanks, Minches, for showing what that meant.
I don't know if he thinks he's like lost or he's gonna find out where he might find out where he was, or he might just reset. I think he might have gone down a floor. Yeah, he'd gone down another 10 stairs.
And that fireball I'm resetting. That's it. Done.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
That's unfortunate. So yeah, that's what I was talking about. So he lit the bonfire, but then he couldn't use it, and that's because the Hollow had got there quickly. And that's why you'll sometimes see runners do the riposte with a knife.
Yeah, Dan
which kills the Hollow. Yep, you'll see Dan does it with a knife, and that means he doesn't have to worry about that at all. The Hollow is dead. There was actually a good in one of the old routes before the dupes. You actually had to do the Hollow riposte with the knife because you needed the souls from the Hollow to get that got you one extra level.
And the fact that soul management is not really a thing anymore is kind of sad. That was one of the cooler parts of route, in my opinion. I don't know. That's personal stuff.
It was cool. Yeah, no, it in some ways it adds interest, but also not having to do it has added a bunch of skips that we couldn't do otherwise. You wouldn't really see the Golden Fog Gate skip, for instance, and One King. You might see One King, but you wouldn't see the Golden Fog Gate skip because thing.
I guess you wouldn't see the Golden Fog Gate because you wouldn't have enough souls to level enough endurance for the rolls.
Yeah, I mean, it's maybe the route would have ended up being Halberd and then doing that skip still, but then you'd have had to do Lower Undead Berg, which it didn't do before. So then you're weighing up: does that lose more time? It's a tricky one. But yeah, the sorcery route before used Framped again, using prompt swaps to do soul dupes, and you just had to sell like a whole bunch of boss souls. And that was like the best you could do. That was what the halberd route did as well. You'd ring the bells, speak to Framped, and you'd just sell him 99 of like every boss soul you had in your inventory, kind of thing. And that got you enough for the rest of the run. And that was the last route before this one, really.
Yeah, and I guess the reason why it's well, there are multiple reasons why it's much slower.
Yeah.
Main thing is that for Ramp to appear, you have to ring both bells. So you can't just warp out after gargoyles. You have to walk up the ladder and ring the bell, and you have to get down to Quirlag as well before you can before you can get your souls.
Yeah, it's actually the bell itself for Quirlag isn't slow, but then if you did that early, you'd want to take the bonfire, and that loses you like, I don't know, 20, 30 seconds. Just going in there, kicking Engi out the way, and getting the bonfire, and then later you have to run back out. So that's kind of the time loss from doing that you get past.
Meanwhile, it's nice to see that we kind of have a small little, slightly delayed race of Allscrew and Danflesh here.
Yeah,
just being done with Iron Golem. Danflesh being on the way to Iron Golem.
Yeah, just grabbing that soul, which is the main source of souls for the entire run. It's just this one convenient soul item that's just in Sen's Fortress. The old routes had to pick up like nearly every soul in Sen sort of thing. You were picking up the 5k soul, the 8k soul. There's a 10k at where you rescue Logan, but those are all slow. So you just grab the 8,000, and that's all you need for the run. That's it for the entire run. Is that soul basically finishes off your levels.
Yeah, it's enough to do the dupes. We'll have a look at Dan here. Going to do the quick Iron Golem fight. Then we'll switch over to Allscrew, as we know he's going to be heading off into Anor Londo and off to the Ornstein and Schmo fight. Danflesh said, light work. Iron Golem, 2 hits to the lower leg there, below the knees, and then he just trips up off the edge. Poor Iron Golem. Doesn't get a chance. All that health down to nothing. What? I fell off. But I can see both our runners here in the wonderful orange area known as Anor Londo here. So we'll switch over to Allscrew right now. As we know, we've got the Painted Guardians first. Gotta make sure we get past them. Fingers crossed. They've got a few runs today. They've stopped a few people. Let's hope we don't see that again here. Get your soul arrow ready just in case.
Okay, so he should be all right. Is he going for Nami Rafters? Yep. Nice.
Big jump over there, straight through.
Yeah, nice. Got past the rafters without any problems so far. Just looking back to make sure there's no throwing knife coming after him from the Painted Guardians coming out of there. And setting up for Sylvan Archer skip. So he has to equip the armor here, because for the air rolls you will see him do now, he needs to be in the lowest mid-roll tier. And he was fast rolling before, so you need all the armor to get enough equip load to be able to do these rolls. And yeah, now he's in the death cam and can survive as long as fall control is active. And we'll use this death cam to go through a door that won't be loaded thanks to the death cam. And to the giant blacksmith. We'll see Danflesh do the same right now. Actually, very similar paces. Danflesh currently 8 seconds behind according to the splits.
Yeah. Actually, you actually might see the door prompt of the door that isn't loaded as Allscrew runs through. Let's see. No, I didn't see it that time.
No, it didn't appear.
Sometimes you get the little use the door prompt even though the door is not loaded, which is interesting.
Yeah.
And then the saving quick coming out just to reset the camera.
It's actually like a sort of subtle point about this skip is that before they do it, they all aim the camera up at the sky. because that gives them a much better camera view. If you don't do that, when you're going up that spiral staircase in the middle, you cannot see where you are. Because the camera is like above the whole thing, which is like a big solid platform. And that makes the skip a lot more difficult.
Speaking of difficulty, here we go. Let's hope we get good a good fight here.
Okay, get dash.
Good opening.
It's that.
First,
Nice.
get stagger. that
One,
should-
yeah.
And there you go. So
There we go,
now,
shoveled. Okay, didn't get shoveled. So let's just see how phase 2 goes. Is he going for his? Yep.
Yeah, and also is so good at
Snipe.
this. It's so good at this. It's amazing to see.
Keyboard and mouse. Very keeps aiming.
It's a
A lot
stagger,
easier.
should
Okay,
be-
now he's just got to sprint for the
there we
exit.
go.
That was really good
GG.
fight. It's
Very
Dan just
nice.
entering the
You
fight.
can switch over to Dan. Also,
yep.
right
Let's
now.
see what the fight Dan's going to get here. So getting the dash as well. Oh,
not-
but then the
good
dodge.
Jumpy boy.
Yeah. This is
Yeah, that's also how it
like
can go.
two
Oh,
two
wow.
opposite fights. I think we're seeing here.
Still alive, though.
Doesn't
Still
get a
holding
follow-up.
it.
Okay. Oh, that was
Okay.
a very nice hit, yeah.
Yeah, salvaged.
So that's obviously already way slower than Oscar's fight because he didn't get a perfect on-scene at the start. But I think if he survives it, and it's not a terrible smell here, should
Yeah,
still be
looks
fine.
Okay, so far, which is I shouldn't have said anything, but we're okay. We're alright.
Both runners making it
Yeah,
through there. Very
yeah.
nice.
Won't make the faster elevator. Oh, the big
Yeah.
elevator is slightly slower, but that's the least of his concerns, I think, in this moment.
It's the fact he has a run through
Yep.
right now is the main thing. We got Osku and Dan both coming through the ONS split.
Okay, that's cool. Then we have 2 runs going now.
We do, and old school right now ahead as well. Ahead by 10 seconds. A good buffer there. Plenty of time save, of course, still throughout the rest of the run. Meanwhile, as you said, Dan, they're not getting the greatest of fights, so unfortunately losing a little bit of time.
Yeah. That's
But not
unfortunate.
not enough to reset off of.
That's phase 1 ONS. Yeah. It either goes really well or unfortunate. It's
Yeah.
not
And
much. Yeah.
also should be said, comparing not against his event PB of 104.24, but to his split PB of 103.50. So it's not actually 10 things out of the 104.24, it's 10 things out of 103.50.
Yeah.
Yeah, now we see the power of using 8k soul 999 times.
Just straight down, instant level up. Thank you very much.
Oscar going into Stray Demon, if you wanna, because Dan's just gonna be sat in the nest for a bit.
I'm just going to be pretending I'm an egg. It's like coming back to the asylum for Stray Demon fight.
The crowd there to take the fall damage twice for once, which sets up Red Stone Ring.
Yeah, it also messes with Stray Demon's AI, which is why you see he
Yeah.
casts sort of like a spell towards nothing.
Yeah, boss in this game are they don't do well with critting out near their fight for some reason.
Yeah, Stray for whatever reason will attack sidewards when you do
It's
quit
kind
out
of
round.
a well trap for new runners who don't notice. When they make their sci-files for practice too close to 4K of a boss, they will just practice the kind of wrong AI, because it will be different AI than what they get in the runs, and then they're often confused why the boss behaves completely different in the runs than to the practice.
And going into Stray as well. That's the same
Yes.
double quit out.
Double crowds going through. Just old school. They're getting a gold split on that one as well. Slight gold.
Yeah, it was a big
It's
fight.
and it's it got to the ladder as well before the fog wall disappeared. So that's
Yeah.
what you want to see for Stray here. You don't want any attacks to prevent you from getting there as quickly as you can.
Okay, I think that's fine. Yeah. Stray was going up just as Dan was casting his last great heavy. It's actually one of the things is because they now level here is you have great heavy that now suddenly casts way faster because oh gosh, that Black Knight is a bit scary. I think he'll be all right. Yeah, like thankfully when you do your homeward bow and you actually sort of kneel down and the knight attacks over your head, which is convenient, let's say.
Convenient but very scary. Just was like, oh, that's a blade.
Yeah,
It's
spooky.
very
I guess
scary,
you...
and it will feel very scary every time you do it.
Let's get that blood pumping a little bit. But old school heading down into Dark Route. I'm going to be seeing Hydra coming up soon.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I just noticed Mitch is not going for the Black Firebomb strat on gargoyles.
Oh, did he use the firebomb earlier? Did he need to use like an extra one, or
I don't know if he just
I don't know.
never
I'll see
does
how
it.
many he has.
I'll have to keep an eye on that. Or maybe it just gets the run going and I will never see it again.
Here's hoping. That's what we're looking for. But while we do have our runners all at their varying points here, running down towards the Hydra for both Old School and Dan, we are going to go and take a quick 3-minute break here. We're going to just get ourselves all ready up and, well, hoping that these runs continue. So go grab yourself a drink, grab yourself a snack. We'll be back in 3 minutes, folks.